It is June 10th, 2020. It is Wednesday evening here at the conservative Pelicans home here in Northwest Greensboro and the great state of North Carolina. This is another convention season update. This course has been a crazy, atypical year in the convention season here at the Conservative Pelican. The starting in the second week of March, when this whole Corona stuff hit, all the county conventions went from in person to virtual, thus curtailing the ability of yours truly to travel to different counties to cover said county conventions. And then, and at the time, yours truly was thinking this whole Corona thing would be done by the end of March, and in April, things would snap right back into place, and we would be able to attend district conventions all over the state as a in-person guest, and then be able to cover them for this channel. Well, no, that did not happen either. We had the state convention scheduled for the second weekend in May. That got pushed back to the first weekend in June. Now, what's funny about this was most years, the state convention has always been like the first or second weekend in June. Just in recent years, in 2016 was the first presidential year where the Republican National Committee asked the state of North Carolina to move up their state convention. So now we usually have, in presidential election years, we usually have the state convention in May. But no, that was pushed back to June. What was that? June 6th through the something like that, 4th through the 7th. But then that was pushed back till July 9th through 12th. Here we are on June the 10th. So let me tell you about the state of the state convention. How's that sound? This, as of right now, there will still be. Listen, let me just say that no matter what happens with this whole COVID-19 corona mess, there will be a state GOP convention in North Carolina. The question is whether or not we're going to be able to have an in-person event or whether or not it's going to be all virtual. Right now, the state party is, I think, in my opinion, doing a great job of trying to cover all parameters of this chaotic situation. Right now, if you want to go to the convention and you haven't done so, please go to nc.gop on the internet and register for the state convention. Now, I will say that you can register to go to Greenville in person, or you can register just to watch the convention virtually in the comfort of your own home. Personally, I always say go to the event in person. That is what I plan on doing. The basic minimum cost is $80 or $75 plus $5 credit card processing fee, whichever way you want to look at it. This will be a scaled back event from years past. What's going to be different about this year is that there is going to be, you must register by 5 p.m. on Friday, June 19th. Otherwise, no, you are not going to be able to participate in the state convention. Also, there's not going to be any There's not going to be any registration at the convention. There's going to be no, even if you pre-register, you have to go to a table when you arrive at the convention site, and they give you a goodie bag. That is being eliminated this year, because what the state party does not want to have happen is usually what happens at registration tables, a bunch of people stand around in line, and you get the whole lack of social distancing and that sort of thing. So all the convention materials will be sent either via email, or they will be on the NCGOP website. Again, no goodie bags this year. I know that really stinks. Hopefully next year in 2021 we'll get back to normal. Another thing is going to be the convention schedule. In years past, if you wanted the full convention experience, you could arrive on Thursday afternoon and get your goodie bag and then go back to the hotel. Friday morning, breakout sessions would kick off, and then Friday afternoon you would have business session. Saturday morning you would have another business session Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday would be the executive committee meeting. This year it's been cut back a lot. This year it's going to start Friday, July 10th with the judicial breakfast at 8 o'clock. Now that you have to pay extra for. But for those people who are more blue collar like me, we just go in at 9 o'clock to the morning business session. That will end approximately at noon, and then at 2 o'clock we'll reconvene with the afternoon business session. From 12 to 2 there will be a lunch with the congressional delegation, but that's another one of those pay extra events. And then the schedule says the business session is going to end about 5. I have my doubts about that, but we'll see. 6 to 7 is going to be a chairman's reception. Actually, there's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be one for 6 to 7 and then one for like 9 to 10, I think, that evening. 7 to 9 is going to be a big, fancy, schmancy dinner. Again, that costs extra if you want to go. But after Friday evening, the convention is pretty much over, except for Saturday morning, where they'll have a chairman's prayer breakfast. Again, that's an extra cost event. And then the whole convention will come to an end with the executive committee meeting. Now, the first question some of you may have is, why is the convention going to be on a Friday rather than a Saturday? Well, according to the RNC, they have very strict rules in presidential election years, because the purpose of the state convention mainly is to elect delegates to go to the national convention. And the RNC has put a deadline of July 10th, which is a Friday, that's the final day where you can elect delegates to the national convention. So the NCGOP tried to push this convention back as far back as they could because of this whole corona mess. So that's why the main event is going to be on Friday. And again, what's going to be on the business docket? Well, as always, we'll start with the credentials report, the rules committee report, the plan of organization, resolutions, and platform. And then in the afternoon on that day will be the election of delegates to the RNC, as well as the election of RNC committee man and RNC committee woman. And these 2 seats are open. There is no incumbent running for these 2 seats. Okay. In years past, on the Thursday afternoon before the convention, I've usually done a little pregame show. This year, I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll see how things go. We'll see if there's any new information floating about. I may still do something on that Thursday afternoon, July 9th, but it's going to be more, instead of opening a goodie bag, it'll be more of a chairman's slate of RNC delegates will be posted on by Tuesday of that week. And also there'll be probably some credentials stuff I might get into, and then I might be able to make an endorsement in the RNC committee person's race. There's only one man running for the committee man's seat, Mr. Broyhill, and committee woman, we have two people running for one seat, Kim Cotton West versus Keisha Lineberger. I'm about 90% sure of how I'm going to vote, but again, there's still that 10% of me that says wait and hold back a little bit. So we'll see what happens, right? Anyway, this has been the June 10th State Convention update. Next video, I'll be going into looking at the committee reports that we're going to be that are going to be presented at the state convention. So for now, I am Bobby Crawford for the Conservative Pelican. Have a great evening. Bye.